Hi guys, this is Kelly from the Prepping Artist, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take a blank canvas and turn it into an acrylic pour painting. Sometimes I get a little burnt out from the news and what's going on in the world and prepping and all that, and a way that I like to unwind is art. And this is a very, very simple project that anybody can do, no matter what your art skill level or anything. It's very, very easy. And it's loads of fun, and it's just something everybody should try to do at least one time. So with that said, let me bring you down to the table and we can get started. Okay, and we're back. I've already prepped the table. I've put down some drop cloth. You can use anything you want, newspaper, whatever you have laying around the house. I highly, highly suggest you do this because this is one messy project, that's for sure. Okay, and then I've also, on the back, I've taped it up just so that none of the pour winds up on the back, and then I have to clean it up, and it's just an added step to make sure it looks great. So I just tape that up real quick, and then I use these little triangle things to prop up the canvas off of the table. I've used cups before, little plastic cups and things like that, but that's just to get it off the table so it doesn't stick to it or anything like that. I've already pre-mixed all the colors except one that I'm going to use because it takes a long time to mix colors, and I just wanted to show you how to do just one color. And this is really therapeutic and satisfying, and it's just, I love mixing colors. So first thing is just put some paint in the cup, and you're gonna need, I guess I should have told you about what you're going to need first. You're going to need some of these little craft sticks, canvas, obviously, your paints, and then you're going to need some kind of a pouring medium is what they call it. You can either buy them pre-made called pouring mediums. You can make your own, which is what I do, using Floetrol, Elmer's glue, and a couple other things. But you can also use water, and I prefer to use alkaline water. In fact, some artists use only water with their paint, and that's okay too. So if you don't have any of the other stuff, don't feel like you need to go out and get it, you can just use water. And for this one, I'm going to just use water. If you guys are interested in how I make my own pouring medium, just leave me a comment and maybe I'll make a video on how I do that. But for this one, I'm going to just show you using regular water and then the paint. So you put some paint in, you put some water, and I'll show you the consistency that you want for this. Also, another thing that I do use, the only problem with water is it makes it too runny for me sometimes, so I'm not super happy with that. It takes a lot more paint, and then it makes it kind of runny. So I actually might use my pouring medium for this. The other thing you don't have to use is silicone. I put a couple drops in each of my cups. It just gives better cells when it's poured on there and stuff. And the other thing is I use a little torch to create more cells once it's poured on there. I'll show you that. You don't have to have that or use that. I'm going to use a little Floetrol to put in here because I don't want to use all my paint. And you just mix it up. This takes a little while to do. You want to make sure that you mix it really, really good. You want to make sure that there's no little pieces of paint that aren't mixed up. Put a little bit of this in here. What we're doing today is going to be what's called a dirty pour flip cup. So all the colors that we have mixed up, we're going to put them all into one. We're going to layer them on top of each other and then flip it up onto the canvas. So like I said earlier, it's very, very simple, very easy. Anybody can do these. And it's a great way to just relax, get away from everything that's going on and stuff like that. One a little bit thicker than that. If you can see that consistency, want it just a smidgen thicker than that, but we do want it pretty runny. And all the colors that I'm using, I will list them down below in the description box. Basically, I'm just using some blues, a white, and a really pretty light pink color. The only thing with doing these pours like this, the dirty cup, because you're putting all the colors in there together, they could have a tendency to mix. So you need to know a little bit about the color wheel to know if you want to create a certain color or to make sure it doesn't turn muddy on you. Now, there is a trick that you can do if you're not 100% certain. When you're layering the paint and you don't know if you want to put one color on top of another one, use a white or a black in between, and that will keep them from mixing and becoming muddy. Or if you just don't want two colors to mix together to make, you know, whatever, then definitely put the white or black in between the layers. Okay, this is about kind of consistency that you want. Also, after you mix up the paint, if you let it sit for a few minutes before you use it and just let them sit like this, it will thicken up a little bit too on you. And then what I do is I just put a couple of drops of silicone in there and then just give it a quick little mix up, and that's good to go. Okay, get this stuff out of the way real quick and I'll show you how to do this. Okay. Now, I'm going to use this cup and to put them in here. I made up too much paint. I'm not going to use all of it, but I'll use it for another project. So, I'm going to just put these colors in here in whatever order we want to. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to do these blues first. See, these have been sitting here for a little bit, so that's about the consistency that you're going to want. All right, let's just pour some in here. Okay. Do some of this blue. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of white in here. And then I'm going to put some pink. And I'm going to do this dark blue. Oops. Some of this one. Put a little bit more white in it. And then I'm going to put some more of this darker blue color because I don't have a lot of dark blue. I want a little bit more dark. And I think I'm going to top it with just a little bit of pink on top. Hopefully I don't have too much paint here for this canvas, but we'll see. Okay. And once you have all your colors in there, you don't mix them or anything. You just leave it like that. You can either take the cup and flip it up, but what I'm going to do is this. Put the thing here like that. Hold it and then flip it up. And then put it back down. Okay. Now, you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the cells coming out here. These like little bubbly looking thing. Those are the cells. Okay, now you see all these little cells coming up? I'm going to try to do it with this and see if we can get some more coming up. kind of run the flame over it very lightly, quickly. You can see, especially here, because I like some of this pink coming up. So if you do it, some of those spots, more of the pink will show up on there. Okay. And then what you do is you kind of just move the canvas back and forth until you're happy with the look of it. This is what I mean about it being very messy. And sometimes what I do, get this back up on here, is I will fix the sides if they're not completely covered. And I will just go ahead and pick up a little paint things and pour them, put it on there just to kind of touch up the sides so it's all covered. And this will keep moving and things like that until it dries. So it looks like this now. It might not completely look like this in the end. It might be a little bit different. Which is good. And this does take quite a while to dry completely because you've got all this tons of paint on it. Okay, I think that's covered pretty good, and I really like that. I finished touching up the sides a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to go get cleaned up, and then I will bring you guys down so I can give you a closer look of what it looks like. Okay, you guys, and we're back, and this is the finished, what it looks like. I'll take you in kind of close so you can see all the different cells and the different colors and how it looks. Like I said, this is a really, really easy project that anybody could do. You could even get your kids involved, do some art, have some fun, try something new. It's loads of fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe if you are not subscribed so you can help out the channel, please. It really, really does help a lot. And if you have any ideas on any kind of art or anything that you want me to do on this channel, please leave it in the comments. And anyway, you guys have a great day. Bye.